crash and I don't survive, and I'm brain dead, it's like I'm not, and something happens to my child, I didn't abort that child. Like that, it's just really, I have a problem with them classifying it as an abortion. And I also have a problem with the experimental nature of this, because we will see how Chance turns out, and I pray for him. I pray he turns out well. But this is an experiment, right? And so this is the first time I've heard of anything like this, and it's probably going to continue in these red states. And so I guess we will see how these, kids turn out in these situations. But also, I do think that families have a right to say what happens to their family members, as far as if they want, what type of extreme measures they should be able to take their families off life support. I think that's a decision that's always been, if you don't have a living will, that's something that should, historically, it goes to the families to decide, or your spouse to decide. That's always been the case, but that wasn't the case here. So those are some of the issues I have.
Yeah, keep that shit updated. Remember that case in Florida where the woman...
Yes! I was just about to bring that up. Terry Schiavo. Yeah, and her husband wanted the feeding tube removed, and her parents didn't. Yeah, Terry Schiavo. And that became like a whole big national thing. I was just about to bring that up.
Didn't he have like a girlfriend or something?
Yeah, because the parents believed that he caused her, that it was his fault, basically, that she suffered the brain injury.
And he was trying to...
And they kept her alive for a long time. But yeah, it was a big debate about end of life and who gets to decide. And there were numerous lawsuits. And
I bought this on Instacart and they broke, but I don't have the receipt because it was a few months ago. So I brought it in and they found them and said I could.
I put you on mute, Elle.
They got a brain in Instacart? Like, what's going on?
I think the app acted up because, you know what? My phone was off mute earlier and I didn't even touch my phone.
I know I didn't touch my phone. I was like, what in the world?
Yeah, because that's been happening to me where I'm doing something and then all of a sudden I'm off mute. And I'm like, what is happening? And then I can't mute myself. Yeah, I think it's glitch.
Can I jump in for a second?
I'll be beat up by the women in that. No, don't jump in.
Don't jump in?
No, I'm just joking.
No,
I'm joking.
No, jump in now.
Okay.
I'm
standing there.
He's
trying to do this. Actually, this was very personal to me because my neurologist, along with his best friend, whose name was Art Kaplan, who's the leading biomedical ethicist in the world at the time, came to Minneapolis, worked with him, and they were the two guys on TV.
Hey, Jews, I don't want to be at work with y'all. I love Jews. I love...
They was ready. They claimed the second they got on stage.
Be bringing up them weirdos. Like,
it's okay. Just keep going.
That's my fault. I did not know that was a weirdo. I just thought somebody wanted to come on stage.
It's okay. Let Elle finish.
Yeah, they were on every single night. They were the consultants for this, and it was really horrible and tragic. And in the end, after this happened, Dr. Cranford, who was my neurologist and the lead guy on this, he got brain cancer and died. And he got millions of these horrible comments and letters and emails. I mean, it was before emails, saying horrible things about the poor guy. He was the best neurologist, the best guy. They had done everything they could to, save her, or not save her actually. But it was a very distressing and very upsetting situation. So it's kind of a close to home.
You're referring to the Terry Schiavo?
Yes, they were the two doctors one was a medical bioethicist named Mark Kaplan, very well known. The other's name was Dr. Ron Cranford, who was the head neurologist at our biggest neurology clinic. If you go back there, you'll see them on television every single night.
Yeah, but that man was a sick man. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I think the family holding her alive at home, knowing that she was. I know what they were trying. I feel like I don't know what they were trying to do, but I feel like that they were trying to keep him from getting the insurance policy because they felt like she was the reason why she was in a situation like Dr. AG alluded to, and then he had a whole girlfriend.
Yeah, and even after he said, like, I don't, whatever, let it go, let the money go, whatever, they still persisted. So I don't know. Yeah, that was.
Did he say let the money go? I don't remember that.
I thought he did say like he wasn't interested in that because the money was gonna be eaten up. A lot of the money had been eaten up already by the sustaining of life or something. I thought I remembered that.
I don't think he will let it go. Let me look it up. But I don't think he wanted to let the money go. And then I think he was trying to impose that bill on the parents because they were the one trying to keep her alive.
Yes, he did say that because it was costing so much. And I seem to remember that because then they went to court so that they could take away like his right to make the decision since he said, I don't want to do it. But
so to close the loop, Gemini, we're not beating up on you, but baby girl was right. Okay, it's inhumane to keep something alive at that short.
Maybe in this scenario.
Maybe, yeah. I think it's a maybe, a strong maybe. In other cases, and I think that's what happens sometimes. People start thinking about other cases and what they may know versus actually paying attention to the actual details. 9 weeks is really, really, really small.
Very small, yeah.
Yeah. I think 9 weeks that's what?
I don't care if it's 9 weeks or we're in the third trimester. The third trimester says that there's a big possibility your child's not going to survive. So the 12 that did survive, what was the complications for the 12 children? There was 35 that
only
were in the
12
third trimester, and only 12 survived.
How late were they, Patty?
Third trimester.
Third? Gotcha.
Yeah.
So if you're in the third trimester, which is what they say, viability.
Right? Yeah.
So viability is up to 24 weeks, and children are still dying. What's going on here?
Right.
So would you feel differently if you were in the third trimester?
No, not if over 50% of the children are dying. What happened to the other 12?
You mean even in the third trimester, over 50%?
So check this out. Even with a kid that's born premature, there's possible developmental issues, like mental developmental issues. There's all type of shit. And this is just saying your child being born at up to 36 weeks.
Yeah, but me personally, I understand that that's your choice, but me personally, in the third trimester, I would want them to try to keep the baby to see if, in fact, the baby. To me, you have a greater chance. This particular one, I don't think that there's a chance. I think the chances are very slim.
If I'm brain dead, no, because you're susceptible to pneumonia. Your body is breaking down. You have infections. The shit that she went through the first month, her body, just her body. Right?
Already
She's
the
on the
title and what you're talking about.
This is the thing, though.
Okay,
no, this is the brain dead person.
You don't belong here, so be quiet. Either join the house.
So, lady, this is the person being brain dead. I'm not talking about the child. So the child is feeding off this brain dead mother.
Right. But in the third trimester, that's what I'm saying. If you're in 36 weeks, they could pull the baby quicker, whereas the baby would not be dependent upon the mother and put the baby in an incubator. That's what I'm thinking about. Whereas with this young lady, they couldn't take the embryo out because it was too small. The fetus was way too small. So that's why, in my mind, I'm thinking about those two things. At 3 trimesters, right? The third trimester is more likely that the baby could possibly survive without me. It might be put on a machine, but not necessarily me being the machine. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, in the third trimester, the baby has a change. Like the baby can fight on its own, but
correct. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but it would have to be immediate removal.
Right, but that's still. But First Lady's point is, if it's a third trimester situation, you can give me, the mother, you can give me an immediate C-section, take the baby into the NICU, give the baby the life-sustaining support that it needs, and then the baby is capable of fighting to whatever degree it can, which is different from the baby relying on me at 9 weeks because its brain isn't totally formulated. I mean, babies don't get complex movements, which is brain activity, until 10 weeks or something like that, 10, 12, something like that. So maybe even later than that. So I get what First Lady's point is. At the third trimester, the baby is capable of fighting on its own. With support.
So it's saying that with this medical review, the 2021 medical review found 35 cases of pregnancies continued after maternal brain death, with 12 resulting in live births. So most of these cases involve late second and early third trimester starts with early brain death. They could not sustain the pregnancy. And they could not sustain the children after 7 weeks, and that was the average. There was a maternal. This is crazy. Like I keep hearing this viable, but then it's like when I'm reading this, it's like, what the fuck? What does viable really mean? Like,
So when they say viability, what that basically means is that the baby, that the once you birth the baby, that the baby's vital organs like the heart, the brain, are functioning to a degree where the baby can sustain its own life. That's what they mean by viability.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't have anything to do with quality. It just means, it's not, because I think what happens in the conversation is then we start thinking about the quality of that life. Yeah, it's viable, but in what state or condition? And that's not a consideration in viability.
And see, maybe I'm just selfish because I'd want to be around to make sure my baby's protected. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with my daughter, with her being so far, if somebody breathes the wrong way, I'll be like, I don't give up. I want to make sure that everything is perfect for her. I don't know if somebody else is going to do that. I feel like my parents would, but I still want to be there, right? So it's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being selfish. But I don't think I would. Now, if they pull the baby immediately, I know my parents would be like, give me the baby. If the baby can be pulled immediately. But I talked to my mom about this. My mom thought it was crazy. She was like, I wouldn't even, I would have took you to another state. We would have had to transfer you to another state. Or we would have transferred you back to the islands or something, because this is not. She thought it was ridiculous. And it's not even about not being able to pay to make sure this kid is okay. Like, you don't want your child to live through, like, whatever horrors they have to live through for the rest of their life. Like, what kind of pain that child's going to go through. What kind of mocking, like, from, like, social pain, physical pain. Like, I just don't want my kid to go through.
You're talking quality of life, basically.
Right. I want everything to be okay. Like, I can control certain things because my daughter is... I'm here, but if I'm not here, I just can't.
Thanks a lot for the question. Mel, you there?
Yeah, well.
Oh. Mel, you see this? I'm trying to tell you. You know, people take.
Oh, all of a sudden he's speaking now because you was like a a little mute bird yesterday in 420. Were you awake or you were sleeping?
I was here, but I was outside, so I couldn't communicate.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I said, he's
Did you get Mel's? Did you get Mel's message?
Oh no, let me go look. Hold up.
Oh. Oh, that's funny. I forgot about that message.
No, I don't know what she was doing last night, but girl, he was taking me out.
I was like, I meant to say he is drunk. Not you was drunk. He is drunk. Look at me.
What'd you say, Patty?
Good.
I heard y'all said. Y'all woke me up with that bullshit.
No, I was asleep by that time.
I'm not drunk.
No, not him. It was him. This guy came looking for you. See the profile?
Justice Goofy. He a barber.
I was like, this motherfucker looking for you. He is drunk and he can't walk a straight line.
No, Justice always drunk on the app. He a barber in New York.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Can't take dudes seriously. What were you talking about?
No, he told Lisa, he was like, all you want is time, attention.
He said he gonna buy, all you gotta get me is some sneakers and some kicks and something to fit it. And I give you all the time.
That sounds like him too.
Oh my God. They were bugging last night.
Sound like it. You know how when you're outside, you can kind of hear what people saying, but you can't catch everything like that, you know?
Yeah. I'm glad this room cooled down today.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. No, he said, the question came up. It's like, well, why are you, why should I be getting you this? He was like, you see me? You see how I look?
Yeah.
Yo, you was popping like that?
Yeah.
I was here.
He said, go to my Instagram. Look at my Instagram.
And I'm like, your Instagram private. I can't see you. I can't see you. Instagram private.
If your Instagram is private, Justice. He was like, all right, wait a minute. Let me let you in.
I never got it.
The funniest thing that ever happened with him was I was modding this room, and this is on the shady side of the app where people be wilding out. And he came in there, and he seen this girl on stage, and he started getting at her, and then they hopped into a private, right? And then he came back like, yeah, she want me, she showed me ass and all this. And then she was like, well, I'm going to let you know I'm a tranny. It was naughty.
Why are you doing that? Just
that's hilarious.
That happened, though. This is before she put who she was in her bio.
Don't be putting that man's business out.
Why not? I mean, I would say it if he was here.
Lord, he done told something.
Hey, he came looking for me, so hey.
He said he has to clarify some things. So now that you didn't put something out on him, he might do the same in return.
I don't care though. That's the difference. I don't care. Matter of fact, let me see if he's on the app so I can ping him.
No!
Oh, but Dr. AG, so let's get back. So, Dr. AG, when I came in, I heard y'all talking about the Mach 27 and all that other shit. I was like, uh-oh. I heard y'all talking about weapon systems and shit. I love weapons. I'm sorry. I wouldn't own none at my home, but I love watching shit go boom, so. I'm a baby 380 girl.
All right, that thing that go.
That thing that go bang.
That thing that go bang. No, I ain't like that. I think people overkill. You know, it's so crazy when people be on this app talking about all the millions of weapons they have, and I'll be like, damn, you got only 2 arms. Like, what's going on? Or 2 hands. Like, I think it's stupid. I don't know. But no offense to anybody, but I just think it's really weird that someone would have so many weapons for what? I understand maybe if you have a World War II, like some type of, like, if you have a collection, like certain type of, like, but when motherfuckers be like, I got me M16 with a 203 M4. Got me. I'll be like, yeah, I got me a whole 50 cal cigar. I don't give. Why you got that? Because that shit ain't worth shit but what you paid for it.
That's funny. I look at it like this, right? Every weapon has a different scenario. Like there's a time where I would want a handgun. There's a time where I want a shotgun. There's a time where I want my AR. They all serve different purposes. Depends on the range in the scenario, what you're gonna grab first. But if you got a whole arsenal, I mean, I don't know. Some people are doomsday preppers too. Where they try to prepare for every scenario, and I guess I'm mixed on that. But when you got so many, you might want to be investigating when you go over the top. Yeah. Some people just go too far.
So I agree with you, Gemini. If you're a hunter, you might have 2 or 3 different type of rifles. 100%. If you're trying to protect yourself, like just to carry, then you only really need 1 or maybe 2.
That's agreed. Your EDC, yeah.
But when you got like 50 million weapons, I'm like, what the fuck?
You might want them in different colors.
That's true.
Child. Let me tell you something. The way weapons are made now, lady, you don't even have to buy the weapon. They got plates where you can replace it. Girl, I got a weapon where I got a little pistol where I can make it pink. It can be purple. I got the plates for this shit. So like, and anybody that got a weapon can tell you, like, they got so much shit that you can buy the pieces to change the colors.
That's true.
You can buy pieces to like. Girl, I got a plate where my shit look like glow in the dark if I wanted to.
Okay, but that is now. They may have had their collection prior to this being innovated.
Well, it's been like that since I've been. I could tell you my first.
I'm just trying to help. I don't know. We can't be around with these people.
Look at lady trying to make excuses for motherfuckers.
To break it down, the first lady is just making shit up at this point.
Like people that got 10 weapons and they don't even hunt. Why you got a sawed-off rifle? Why you got a shot? Like when people got rifles and they don't hunt, I just shake my head.
Hey, Patty, me and my daughter was talking, and we was like, we don't trust people that got too many American flags. We feel like they're racist.
I'm with you.
I love them United States. I'm not saying that.
The American flag.
Exactly. Get them, doctor.
No, I'm very pro USA. I love when people be talking about how bad it is here. I tell them to go to another country, and I bet they won't because they ain't gonna do it. But when I see too many American flags, I feel like you're racist. Don't throw in the Trump MAGA anything along that too. Too many flags in a MAGA flag. Yeah, I don't trust you.
So Mel, when we gonna do the redo of the test?
Whenever.
No, when is whenever? You gotta let me know so we can plan it. We gotta plan it so people can be prepared.
Yeah, I missed the last test.
Let me tell you,
I'm trying to have makeup day.
I'm gonna change some of the questions. Huh?
Oh, okay.
Now, AG, have you been to Portugal? Dr. AG.
Yes,
for you,
I'm
lady.
sorry.
If you remember when we were talking about places to live, Portugal is perfect.
Yes, but they're also so I have a whole thing with Portugal because too many Americans are moving there, and now they're having these anti-tourist protests.
And but you been to Lisbon? Have you been to?
Yeah, I've been to Lisbon.
Niggas everywhere.
Yeah. And now they're having, and Barcelona is having it as well, because too many people are moving, and so it's taking up the cost of living, because Portugal used to be really cheap. I mean, it's the cheapest place to travel in Europe, but because of all of the immigrants who are now living there, buying homes, building, and all that stuff, it's making it too expensive for the people.
So I haven't been recently, but I'm going to tell you, if you ever, anybody... And
it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Porto is nice,
too.
See
black people. It's like, for me at that time, I was like, damn, if I didn't live in America, this is where I live.
Me and my friend was going back and forth on this because I was telling them Panama was better. But then I actually looked it up, and Portugal had been listed for better quality of life. Like it said, it has like real high quality of life in Portugal.
What's the weather there? That's the main thing.
Perfect.
Okay, what's perfect? Is it like 80 perfect? Is it 70 perfect? Is it 90 perfect?
No. You're talking about one weather.
It's cold?
What, like Cali?
No, it's like mixed, like the United States. Like they have their seasons.
Oh, they got seasons? I need a warm. Is it a lot of water?
It's a Mediterranean
It's
area.
Mediterranean. I mean, it's on the coast.
But to me, it's perfect. Like I be saying, I always say, of all the states, Hawaii is the best.
I love Hawaii. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I love Hawaii.
I like 4 seasons. I need winter.
And so for Portugal, they do have their winter time.
Hawaii don't have a winter. The temperature is so winter. Consistent. You feel it when it varies, though, but it definitely don't have a winter.
But you know what, lady? You should just go visit, right? And be looking at other places. And I promise you, well, I don't know how it is now. Dr. G said things have changed a little bit, but you should go. And when I went, I was in my 20s, and I was like, oh my God, this is where I'm going to retire.
What part do you recommend?
Lisbon.
Gotcha.
But it was actually a girlfriend of mine that's she's what do they call themselves? Afro. What do they call themselves? Afro. No. They don't. In Portugal, they call themselves something else. She calls herself Afro. I forgot. Well, anyway, so she's actually, her family's from Portugal originally. So I went with her, and I was like, oh my God, this place is fucking perfect. That's where her family's from. It is Black people, and it's like, it's not New York City, but you know how we have our block parties? They have like their little block parties. It's food. The people are nice. They're not like Americans. It was just like really, I just know, I remember in my mind, like, this is perfect. And I thought about it the other day, or a couple weeks ago when we were talking about it, but I was like, yeah, I don't want to bring this up in this room because y'all was also going hard on people voting and shit. So that was by far one of the best places I went for Black people.
I'm going to check it out. What would it be like if you were to break down the population by percentage? What percentage is what race?
So the thing with Portugal is just like America. Like we have different races, right? But I'm just talking about that city in particular. That's what it is. She calls herself Afro-Portuguese.
Afro-Portuguese. Okay, no, I got you. I'm just saying, like, in that city, was it like 70% African Black or like?
It's a little over 50%. I can tell you that. There's still white people out there, and there's so like it's a diverse culture, but there's a big that population. Like I don't know if that city, it's really nice, and it's really safe too.
That's dope. That's always dope.
And it's crazy too because at that time I just assumed everybody was Afro-Portuguese, but there was a lot of Black Americans out there.
Really?
As well.
When was you out there?
This was when I was in my 20s, so it's none of your business because I'm not trying to.
I would ask you your age. I was trying to find out when you was there.
Last week.
Now I was in my 20s last.
Yeah, last week.
No, I do want to check it out, though. I always be looking for new places to visit, so that sounds dope.
But that'd be a good place to visit. Just look up LISBON. Do a little quick trip.
I already looked it up.
Yeah.
Quick trip. Huh?
No, I'm talking about like a week visit.
Okay, great. But whatever happened to December, ma'am?
Oh, yeah, I'm down. I told you my stuff is ready.
Y'all supposed to go on a trip? Was y'all supposed to travel? She said, huh?
I don't know. Isn't that the trip you said you wasn't going, First Lady?
Huh?
What happened?
Who?
I don't hear well. What happened?
There was a trip that you was like, nah, I'm gonna stay here. Y'all could go.
Oh no, I'm definitely not going on that.
No. You talking about Africa? You talking about Ghana?
Yeah, I think Miki and you.
No.
Yeah, that's for Afro. That's for.
I'm still holding tight on that one. No, I'm not going there. No.
You know what? I could have went for free. Last year. With my cousin because she dates a saxophone player, white guy, and he works for
the curly hair boy.
Yep.
Right.
He works for some Afrobeat artists, and they actually invited me, and I could have went then, but I'm gonna go this year coming up. I'm gonna go this December, but it's not gonna be during our trip. It's gonna be in the end of it's gonna be different.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all East Coast, do y'all like the Clips?
The what?
The clip.
The Clips? Y'all remember the Clips from Pharrell? The Clip? The rappers?
The what?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, I don't know.
The dudes that's from the Bronx?
Yeah, I think they're from Virginia, actually, originally.
No, they're from the Bronx.
The Clips?
Yes. You talking about Pusha T?
Yeah, they're not from the Bronx. They're from Virginia.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. I know, dude. They're from Virginia. I know.
They're from the Bronx.
No, they're from Virginia.
Okay, I'm about to go ahead and put
I was bringing it up because I just did an interview with one of them. We'll drop it this Sunday, and they dropping their album. Their album is dope as shit. But they from Virginia.
No, they're not.
Okay, so wait a minute. Let's clarify.
You know why they moved to they moved to VA? Because they was acting up. They moved there during their high school time. But he kept going back to the Bronx. I promise you. His whole family is from the Bronx. Both of them. The brothers, they're from the Bronx. I wouldn't lie to you about this.
They only told me about Virginia, so I know Virginia. That's when I asked them where they from, they said Virginia.
Yeah, because people don't. You see, there's some people that claim where they were born at. So they were born in the Bronx, but their upbringing, their childhood, their teenage years, right, was in Virginia. So that's what they rep for. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they were definitely born in the Bronx.
Yeah, they moved there during high school when they was acting crazy. They've talked about this on freaking interviews. Like when people say, y'all originally from the Bronx. And it's like, yeah.
They dropped some new shit. The reason I brought them up, they dropped some, they knew I was gas.
What they rapping about?
Coke money. But that's all they ever rap about. For real.
I still ain't learned from Sundays, huh? Anyway.
You know the sad part is my guy.
I'll play a real 10 seconds of a popular song real quick. You know who they are. It's just they so freaking old. They from the 90s.
They just dropped again. That's what's crazy, and they getting a good reception. They turn it up right now.
I'm gonna have to talk about this. Go ahead.
What's there to talk about?
I'm waiting for her to play the music. She about to play something.
What happened to that boy?
Yo. I go by the name of Pharrell from the Neptunes. And I just want to let y'all know. I'm no pusher. The world is about to feel something they never felt before. Come on. From ghetto to ghetto, the backyard to yard, I sell it with one pack. Soft the hard, I'm the neighborhood pusher. Call me subwoofer, cause I pump bass like that, Jack.
Yeah, I get to the chorus for her.
Keep talking this music shit.
Were they with Puff said, well, they were Puffy. What's
They were the Neptunes.
Nah.
They were signed to the Neptunes at that point. To Chad and Pharrell.
Oh, Pharrell. Okay.
They still with Pharrell. Pharrell produced their new album.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Grinding is giving Puffy. But
Yeah, it does sound like Puffy.
It does sound like some Puffy shit. I agree with that.
yeah. I'm not too familiar with them, but okay. All right. So you saying they coming out with some dope music, literally?
She said dope. Nah, they do songs. It's fire. It's fire. I forget the name of it, but it's dope.
The only thing I had a problem with, I don't fuck with Drake like that because he be acting pussy. But I think when Pusha T went and put that man business out there about his kid, I was like, yo, he just went too far.
He did not go too far. That's rap battle. I love Pusha for that. He did that, man. You wouldn't have had a baby with a porn star. You out here trying to act like you that dude. Like, if you don't get the fuck on with your goofy ass.
Yeah, but that's something that he got from, and that's how you know niggas act like bitches. Because that nobody knew that except for fucking Kanye. So that means they were having conversations and bitch ass niggas talk too much. So
it was another dude in Drake camp that Pusha said he got it from. They paid him for it.
They got it from Kanye. The only person that knew was Kanye. He even said that. Drake said nobody knew.
They swear it's another dude that he got paid.
Well, then Drake's lying. I don't care who they swear it is. If Drake said he only told Kanye,
Drake's a liar. I don't trust Drake.
Kanye came out and apologized. So why did Kanye apologize?
Because he probably was running his mouth too.
Right, and that's where I said that's some bitch ass moves.
Yeah, if you fucking with both sides and you telling that shit, that is bitch shit.
Yeah, that's some bitch
but
shit.
But Drake fucked his bitch though. Don't forget, Drake did fuck on this girl.
That ain't got nothing to do with.
Yeah, it's up. When you fucking my girl, nigga, I'd fuck your whole family at that point. Your kids, fuck you, fuck everybody on that side. Don't fuck with my girl and think it's gonna be good. Ain't no fair. Like I don't think there's such thing as fair. I don't believe in fair. If you fuck with my kids, you fuck with my girl, nigga, I fuck over your whole family and not feel shit about it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, but you fuck with the wrong nigga and you fuck with their kids, they'll fuck you up for.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm the wrong nigga. That's me.
You could talk You could talk about somebody's wife. You could talk about their mother. You could talk about their father. But when you play with their kids, people have got fucked up for less. Especially New York rappers. That's why I said he had to be a nigga from Canada. Because if you fuck with their kids, they will fuck your life over.
Well, Drake's a bitch, though. Everybody know that. Puffy slapped the shit out of Drake. No, Drake, listen. Puffy slapped the shit out of Drake in the studio. Drake didn't do nothing. T.I.'s friend got up and pissed on his leg at the movies, and that man didn't do shit. You could Google both incidents. Whenever somebody allows a man to urinate on them, drunk or not, I don't care if you're drunk or not, I'm going to knock your drunk ass out. You're not pissing on me. That's crazy. He's a bitch.
That's wow.
You imagine you sitting in the movie, some dude, grown men, get up and just decide to unzip and piss all over you right there in the movies.
Yeah, but you know what? So I don't know. So you have y'all? What's that girl's name? So like New York has a lot of battle rapping. Like I know a lot of those battle rap things. That shit is off limits. When it comes to kids, they're 100%.
I done heard them go crazy, Patty. I done heard them go crazy on kids, ex-baby mamas, everything.
Where? In Cali?
No. What's the main battle league out there? I watched that with Smack. Dude that always do all the battle rap.
About your little kids?
Little kids, little baby mamas, abortions, all that. All that. URL, that's it. Yeah, URL. They don't play that. All that shit, that's on YouTube. That shit is permanent. It's there permanently. They do that. That's a fact. They get a hold of medical records if they could. They do everything. They don't give a fuck. Ain't no fair in battle rap. It don't work like that. It's not, well, you can say this, but not that, okay? You're my friend. Like, no.
No. So I said nothing's off limits except for your kids.
No, your kids is on.
That's just supposed to be out.
There, that is a go. In battle rap, that is a go. It's a war of words.
So I just looked up URL. unwritten rules in the battle rap. Kids and spouses are often considered the soft line.
They still crossed it. I'm telling you, some of the most viral moments they was talking about kids. Talking about how I fucking...
Wait. So it says, all battlers avoid referencing them, not because it's illegal, but out of respect, and to avoid escalating a conflict.
They do it, though. I'm going to send you a couple viral clips where they doing it right there, and that shit did millions. And the URL let that shit slide. Some was right there letting that shit go. It's talking about fucking their baby mama in front of their kids, naming the kids. They don't care.
And remember I said pawpaws? This is exactly what it says. Mentioning kids, spouses, significant others is cautionary. The opponent may pop off.
You got to be ready for what comes with that. You might get punched in the mouth in that sentence. It might happen. But
it actually says, and you could really lose the crowd.
Yeah, that might be written.
And then it says, there's no formal ban that exists in URL, but battlers often establish the ground rules before the matches.
That's a fact, but what I'm telling you is I watch the battles and they do it all the time.
There's an agreement on off-limit topics. Children is considered number one.
I agree with you, but I'm telling you, they do it.
If someone breaks the pact,
you got to watch it. Like, what you're doing is reading about swimming instead of swimming. If you swim, you're going to get wet. And I'm telling you, they do this shit all day. Like, yeah, they might say you're not supposed
to do it, but I'm going to tell you, like, I'm from New York. I'm going to tell you like this. If you talk about somebody's kids, they might punch you in your face.
No, I agree with you 100%, but what Keem just said in the chat is a fact.
That's what you talk about, the woman that gave birth to their kid. You can talk about their mama and their father. You talk about their kid and might not even be paying child support for them. They will pop you in your face. They might kill you.
That's one of the ones that went viral, is talking about child support and how he wasn't paying for his kids.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just telling you what I grew up knowing was supposed to be.
And I'm agreeing with you, but I'm telling you, in the battle leagues, they do it all the time. I know they're probably saying the rules they're not supposed to, but they do it for real. Like, I'm not making it up. They really be doing that shit.
All right, but it don't make it right. And at the end of the day, that's part of the problem. People be saying too much out their mouth. And then when somebody pop off, then shit goes sour. Why say stuff, man? Like, is it really that serious?
Out of gangster, you got it.
Out of a gangster?
You got it, gangster. You got it. I was conceding.
No. I'm just asking a question, like, in real life. Why do we listen to it? Why do we support it?
I watch battle rap because it's just interesting. I don't really... It's an art form.
It's an art form.
Right. It is. Like, it's not traditional commercial music. So it's not something I can consume every day or put on replay. But the elements of the battle is just interesting. I don't know.
I think I kind of like it too, but I'm not really into people that try to use kids, because there's so many other things you can rap about, and when you bring their kids into it when they real young, it's one thing if your child's in college. If your child's a baby, and then to fucking put something out, like, that's why I was like, that's a bitch move.
But hey, Patty, think of this though. Drake did it too, right? Drake talked about Kendrick's kids. Right, and he was saying that his kids were Dave Freeze, who's Kendrick's manager, well, actually his business partner at this point / manager. He was saying that, right? So I mean, you can't get mad and then do the same shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but nobody knew he had that kid at the time.
That's why he won. Pusha literally destroyed Drake. Like, he ethered that nigga. That was a rap after that. Then Drake tried the exact same tactic on Kendrick, which is weak. Like, you lost to that, then you try to do it to the next man. Then sued him after you lost.
But what did Drake say why he never put his kids out there?
He said he wasn't hiding his kids. His quote was, I wasn't hiding my kid from the world. I was hiding the world from my kid. That's what he said.
Yeah, he said he was trying to save his kid from public scrutiny. Not only that, like, let's not.
That's bad.
It's not even the porn star thing. It's the fact that his father's a celebrity. You know, Bill Cosby hit his kids, regardless of what he's done or what has came out. But he hid his kids for a while.
No, I get that aspect, but when you...
Right, so people hide their kids because they're celebrities and they know the fucking shit that comes along with that celebrity.
I agree with that 100%.
I think it's more on the fact that he's outside and his kid has to deal with it. I don't think it's about his mama being a porn star. He don't know who his mama is. Like, come on.
The world, though, I think for Drake's image, I agree first and foremost that, yeah, a lot of celebrities hide their kids to protect their kids because there's a lot of weirdos out there that will do some real weirdo shit, stalkers and all kinds of weird shit. I get that. But what I'm saying is, I think for Drake, his image is a lot. He's been known as a ladies' man, lover boy. I mean, his whole thing was putting a little heart in his haircut. Like, all the women love him, man. He could have had a lot better baby's mother if he chose to. But he was literally sleeping with porn stars, and that does not look good to have a baby with a porn star. I don't care who you are. That's not good for imagery. Left, why he be doing all these gifts, bro? He be doing gifts every second.
So check this out. After the release of that, check this out. You know Adonis had a stalker?
I don't doubt it. I didn't know that, though.
Yeah, so it was described. There was a restraining order put against a woman that they described as a stalker who had sent death threats to a 4-year-old child.
I don't doubt that at all.
The court documents stated the stalker. Yeah, this shit is crazy.
That's crazy as fuck. See, I'm gonna tell you right now, like,
been getting feud harassments.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm crashing over mine. Like, there's no question about it. No, I'm not even gonna do it smart. Most of the time, I do my shit smart. That I'm crashing in front of the police, in front of the courthouse. Wherever I catch you is where I catch you. That's a wrap.
That's why I thought it was a bitch move. Like, you know that man ain't fucking put his baby out there. Like, you could Pusha T is an amazing rapper. He could have did something else. Like, you want to battle? Don't put the baby name out there. The baby is hidden for a reason. And then Kanye apologizing. So you know Kanye was talking. So they was in a room talking like bitches about a man and his fucking kid.
Could be.
We know.
I'll still say Pusha was, like, that was a death blow. Like, the battle was going back and forth. After that, it was over. It was just done. And the thing is, the majority of the people that watched that battle don't feel like you feel about the baby part. They was like, fuck Drake and fuck his goofy ass, and he got fucked up. Now, as a father, I empathize with him because I'm a crash with my kid. That's just me. I'm built that way. So I get that. As a battle rap, that was a bad look.
Drake be starting a lot of this stuff, though.
He been starting a lot of this shit. Been starting it, but he been winning. Like, before that, he had won. He beat me, destroyed me. So he's feeling himself. Pusha was his first loss, and that was bad. Kendrick was the second loss. That was a lot worse. Drake is also not a solid dude. Like, when Wayne went to jail, he was sleeping with Wayne's girl, bro. Like, that's, out of all the women you can sleep with, you're going to sleep with your boss girl and then come home and get his face tattooed on your arm. Like, make up your mind.
Yeah, but Pusha T and his brother had beef with Wayne and Birdman first. It started off with Wayne and Birdman. That's how the argument started, the bullshit between the two.
I didn't know that. What happened?
So it started off with Wayne. So Pusha T and Malice was complaining about them, like they copying their style.
Malice is my boy.
Which, you know them niggas can't dress. But they were taking shots at Birdman and Lil Wayne, talking about they copying their style because Bathing Ape. Then they was talking about them trying to steal how they flow. And Drake happened to be one of Wayne's fucking guys. So that's why
I always thought they was cool because they did that song together. What happened to that boy? That was Birdman and the Clips.
So do the Google search and look up Pusha T and freaking Birdman.
No, I'm not doubting you. I'm just telling you why I initially thought they were cool.
It started with Birdman and Wayne, and they went after I guess they decided they were going to go after Drake. So it wasn't Drake started it. They went after Drake because that was supposed to be their dude.
That was the forefront of the label. I get that.
Remember Exodus 23
they did a song together, but that don't mean shit. A lot of people do songs together and not be cool afterwards.
Remember, so if you listen to Exodus 23:1, he said, "You signed to one nigga that signed to another nigga."
I remember that part. I remember that.
So when he was talking about Drake because they were going after fucking Birdman and Wayne.
All right, yeah. You signed to a nigga that signed to a nigga that signed to a nigga. Yeah.
Right, and then that's when Drake came back. But see, Drake didn't come back till like 2-3 years later, and he came with Two Birds, One Stone and Tuscan Leather.
I just want y'all to know that's a mess. Thank you.
But yeah, it wasn't.
That's the PSA. That's the PSA right there.
Yeah, and that's why I say, like, he's never initiated. This has always been a Pusha T and Malice thing with Birdman and Wayne. And Birdman and Wayne didn't even fucking buy into the bullshit, honestly.
Birdman better not buy into shit. That motherfucking ABC 1, 2, 3 rapping ass nigga. Lil Wayne different. He got bars. Birdman, fuck no.
Birdman is married to Tony Braxton.
Mm-hmm. For a minute too. They've been together for a while.
Yeah, and they supposed to be getting a divorce, but then they called off the divorce.
I think they together. Like that's what it is.
I just can't see her with him.
He might be treating her good behind the scenes.
I'm sure he is, but that's a mess.
A lot of these rappers got a public image, and then when you get to know them, they are not who you think they are.
I'll tell you something. I seen MTV for real. I don't think I could take a nigga serious if I went to his house and he had a hot tub in the middle of his damn living room.
Oh, let me tell you something about MTV cribs. I'm gonna help you out real quick. 98% of those were rented cribs for.
No, that was his crib for real though.
No, Birdman might have. I'm saying a lot of these rappers were that's not where they. Matter of fact, if you look at Redman's, he did his for real. That was funny as hell. He's like, "This is my house for real," and he showed his little house. It was
here in an apartment.
Yeah, that's what it was.
He had a fucking cookie jar. He had a white refrigerator.
Exactly, but he kept it a buck though. He did that because he knew so many of them weren't. You know what I mean? He was like, "Fuck all y'all fake ass rappers. I'm gonna just show y'all what it is." Like that. That was that.
But yeah, Birdman really do have a hot tub in the middle of his damn.
I don't doubt it. He got that kind of money.
Could you imagine going to a nigga house, lady or male, and when you were single male, and he took you to his house, and in the middle of his living room is a bubbling hot tub.
Yeah, I'll be like,
I don't really be having women over here like that.
Mm-hmm. God, I would have called the police.
In the middle of
the police.
Wait a minute.
Let's go rape me.
Wait a minute. Let's be clear. What year was this? Because that matters.
I forgot. No, for me, I don't care. No year.
What if it was right now? Let's just go with 2025.
2025 is tacky. See, back then, I'm just thinking about like how, people were thinking, like, I gotta get this money and I'm doing this. She's looking at it from the sexual aspect. I'm looking at it as just being just downright tacky. But in that particular era of time, it may not have been tacky because people was just spending money on crazy stuff. Like, Trump with his golden toilets and stuff. You know what I mean? That's what I was thinking about.
I got a friend right now.
To have a hot tub in the middle of your living room, like this is your seating for us. So that means you lost your motherfucker.
Hold on. I got a friend that has the indoor pool inside of his house. Is right adjacent to the dining room, still inside the house. And then he has a tank, a scuba tank. I don't know. I mean, a saltwater tank. I don't know how big it is as far as the exact amount of gallons, but I do know that the guy that comes to clean it gets inside of it in a scuba outfit to do it. But with that being said, it's fucking gorgeous though.
But like, your living room feeding a hot tub.
No, but there is a pool in the dining room, though.
Living room and the hot
indoor
tub.
pool in the dining room ain't far off, is it?
No, because I can still
my mom's
sit on
house
the
was
couch.
like that. Yes, it had a hot tub near the dining room, between the dining room and living room. Yes.
I can still sit on a couch. If I come into your house, like, have a seat.
I need to see a picture. I'm trying to envision it. You got a picture of it anywhere?
I'll look it up. But
I'm like looking at a swimming pool.
It's like this for the ladies. You know, this for the ladies.
And this is the same man that said if you
Don't wear no shoes in my house.
Yeah.
See, if your house is on a hill,
You need a swimming suit to just chill, baby.
See, Patty, you watched it. I don't have the same biases because you watched it. So with you adding all that context in there, that's definitely different. You know what I mean?
I grew up.
It's for the ladies.
That's nasty.
Why would you say that? I can hear her gold
That's the only
teeth.
way you're gonna be able
I can hear her gold teeth when she say that.
take your shoes off.
That's like nasty.
I was like, yo.
Take your clothes off and put on your swimming suit.
That nigga didn't say he had swimming suits. That nigga said, this my living room. I was like, where the chairs? Where the seats?
Yeah, that was 11 years ago.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Yeah. Hey, nasty.
Could you imagine going to I don't have anything to change into to sit down. I guess I gotta stand.
No, I'm gonna give you the usher hand. I'm just gonna tap myself right on back out the door. Like,
I'm calling the police because you know I'm paranoid. I'll be like, oh Lord, I'm scared.
On the police because there's a jacuzzi in the living. That's wild.
And that nigga been old all my life. When I was young, he was a grown ass man. You know, when I was a teenager, he was a grown ass man. That nigga was baby and Lil Wayne. So
that bothered me. When Lil Wayne, like, we ignore a lot of shit, but when Lil Wayne kept saying, please say the baby, Weezy F baby, I always thought that meant Weezy fucking baby.
no, when he kissed him on the lips, I was like, that's his daddy for real.
Same time period. He kissed him on, that ain't your daddy. I don't kiss my dad on the lips. My dad alive. We ain't kissing on no damn lips.
Oh.
His daddy dead, ain't he?
No, my dad's
the one
alive.
that he calls his daddy.
My father is alive, and we do not kiss on the lips.
No, you shouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't even kiss my father on the lips. Like, I don't think parents should be kissing.
Kiss my daughter on the cheek. I kiss my son on the cheek.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I think that's a cultural thing.
I've seen Italians do that.
Yeah,
like people kiss on the lips. I mean,
I'm just saying for me. I didn't say the other people. I said me.
No disrespect to the
let's
people
say
that do
you
it, but
said
I'm not
I
kissing
don't
my
think
kids on the
parents
lips.
should kiss their children on the lips. So
I don't. Me personally,
people
don't
can say
think.
dogs on the lip.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
You
No,
know
they
white
don't.
people be doing that also. You better
Yeah.
stop.
No. I mean.
Yeah.
You never had
They allow their dogs to kiss them on their mouths.
No, they don't.
Did a dog kiss you before?
Gemini, I see white people do that all the time.
Man, I got more dogs than anybody in this room, and they ain't none of them kissing me on my lips.
Like, you ain't white, sir.
So you never had a dog
Hold on. Can
like
you hear me?
lick your nose?
Lick my what?
Gemini, I said white people.
Nose.
my dog is not a face licker. He doesn't lick my face.
Yeah, I don't think he heard
doesn't
me.
do it. And when I put if you put
That
your
is white
face
people
close to
shit.
his face, he's gonna.
Yeah.
He's not gonna do that. Gumbo's like, get out my face.
And I love the shit out of my dogs. Don't get it twisted. I don't lick them on my furniture, and they ain't licking me in my face. That's no.
I love my dog too. I'll give him whatever he needs. but he's not kissing me, licking me in my face. I have a red Siberian Husky. Do you know how big their mouths are?
Even if you put peanut butter on your face?
I'm not putting peanut butter on my face.
White people put
Not doing that.
Why y'all always got
My daughter does white, but she kissed her
But my dog's previous owners, they were just like, and he licks them in the face all the time. But he doesn't.
I've seen dogs lick their ass, lick their balls, and then go kiss. Then go kiss the owner, right? I've seen people do that shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Hey, Mel, wake it up again. You forgot I breed. I know dogs like nobody. I don't know books about dogs. I know dogs. Let me tell y'all this, and this is something y'all should take to heart. And y'all don't think I'm joking till you look it up. They have certain diseases that they carry on their tongue, bacteria. Let me refine
Yeah,
that.
their saliva. Their saliva has a lot of bacteria.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the veterinarians say, humans shouldn't let dogs lick their faces or whatever.
Exactly. There's this lady in San Jose who allowed it, and it started eating her flesh. Her nose got ate away. Parts of her lip got ate away. Yeah, that happened.
Let me tell you, my daughter, when she got home, and that dog started to lick on her, I said, girl, don't touch me. You be letting that dog, just like, he missed me. Like, my daughter kisses her dog. She loves her dog. Like, you tell her that shit wrong, white people do that, she be like, I'm black, I do it. It's my baby.
My daughter was the same way. I had to train her not to, because she didn't care.
Yeah, my daughter be like, this my child, this my baby. All right, it's your baby, take your baby with you. I'm the one babysitting this motherfucker.
And I guess people, they feel like they know it's their dog, so they know that the dog is clean or whatever,
You know what? I know my dog is clean too, or my daughter's dog's clean. I don't like that. I get mad when he try to hop his ass up on the damn couch. Yeah, I bought him his own goddamn couch.
I'm about to say, they got their own little furniture. That's their furniture.
My dog has access to all furniture.
So what I did do, Dr. AC, is I bought
access to all furniture, all beds, anything he wants.
You gotta set boundaries.
Why you leave her alone?
That is a boundary. That is a boundary.
Let me tell you something. One thing I have learned about pet owners, them damn dogs are human beings. Them that's their baby.
No, let me tell you something, Patty. I've monetized that. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. Like, I sell a lot of dog products. Like, I have a dog supplement that I sell on my site and on Amazon. I have a dog hemp oil that I sell on my site and on Amazon. No, I'm not telling y'all the brand because I don't want y'all to look it up. I'm telling y'all something I want y'all to understand. There are more people that care about their pets than people that care about their kids. Y'all probably don't believe me, but I promise you it's true. There's more people that have pets than have kids. There's a lot of single people that don't have a child and have a cat or have a dog. So there's a lot more people that have children. No, I love them people. I monetize them. I'm saying it's just a lot of them.
I love that for them. That's why they wanted to get rid of abortion, because these people they're becoming adults. They're deciding they don't want kids. They just want dogs. And they're getting married and they're making their money and they're living happily ever after, but they don't want to deal with kids.
Child, my daughter, you have got to see how she is with this dog. Child, that dog and her be going out to eat. I'm talking about going.
What kind of dog you got, Doc?
He's a Shih Tzu and a Cairn Terrier.
Okay. All right. He probably smart then.
He's a little.
Yeah, her and that dog. Remember I told y'all when she came for
we
break?
we go out to eat.
So y'all can see why you can get away with letting dogs on your furniture. You got a little one. I got 150, 160 pound pit bulls. They can't get on my furniture.
Yeah. I had a 150-pound Newfoundland, and believe it or not, he lived to be 13 years old. I had to put him down.
Now, what I did do was I bought a throw for the dog, and I'll allow him on the couch, but he has to be on the throw. He's not allowed to be on my couch. Now, what I have caught since I've been coming home with this girl being at my house is her and that dog sitting on the couch like they watching TV or something. And the dog has ignored the goddamn throw that I bought.
She doesn't transcend it.
He does not respect it. He does not respect his grandma's house. That's crazy.
No.
So for the bed, Gumbo has like his little spot on the bed, and it's like his blanket and his furry pillow thingy. And so when he jumps on the bed, he immediately goes like in his.
Patty's grandbaby's like, Grandma left. We could go play.
That's
We could
what
run
happened.
the house.
This is our house now. Fuck your couch.
Let me tell you what happened when she came home from school, Dr. AG. This shit is the weirdest shit. So as soon as he seen her, this motherfucker was snorting like a pig. Like he was like,
Oh, he excited. That's his heavy breathing.
Oh yeah, he excited.
That's excited.
it was. I never heard him snort like that. Like he was snorting.
He love her. That means he love her for real.
If he jumps on the couch, the other thing they do is they'll jump on the couch and then they roll all in it. They roll
Oh yeah,
in the couch. Yeah, that's when they're excited. Oh, he's like,
Y'all don't remember that? Y'all didn't watch Dave Chappelle when they he did the thing when Rick James came on his couch. He kept kicking his feet on the couch. That's the equivalent of them rolling on your couch. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm. And another thing too that I noticed too, right? So when my daughter is coming down the stairs, and I told her stop teasing him because she's like, "Look, Mom." So when she's coming down the stairs, he'll come down the stairs with her, and she'll stop, and he'll be like going so fast, and he'll go all the way up the stairs and go behind her and try to push her. Like, you coming downstairs? Like it's coming.
I swear dogs be smarter than people think.
Yes, they are.
They read energy too.
Yes, they do. I love dogs from a distance.
My dog.
I prefer dogs.
Your ass is gonna say that.
Hey, Doc, I'm the same way. I trust my dogs more than I trust most people. I tell you that much.
And if my dog don't like you, it's a wrap.
I don't like you either.
You not right. Something about you not right.
I didn't see my dogs pick and choose. Like, that's weird. Somebody come over and they'd be all over them. The next person come over, they will not fuck with them. Like, okay, something weird. Like, why don't they, no matter what, they do not rock with you.
Yeah, this sorry ass dog. All you gotta do is give him a treat, and he'll be
It's good.
Not your dog is a treat whore. That's
yes, he is.
And y'all besties for life.
Right. Like
I got some dogs that like that, and some dogs that bite your hand before they take that treat.
My dog is the opposite. Like, he does not take treats from people. He'll be like, I don't want that. You know, like you go in stores and they'll have like the treats for the dogs. And I was like, can I give him a treat? Like, you can try. He might not eat it though. If you look at it,
Bougie. Your dog's bougie.
He give that treat the side eye and turn his back. I'm like, oh yeah, he don't be, he's like stranger danger.
that is hard, but
Have you heard her little munchkin?
Mm-mm.
He's got a strong little bark. Mm-hmm.
We on our way back from the dog park right now, so he's relaxed in the car. He's like he's in his car seat. He's relaxed right now.
He's tired.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you bring the kids back from the park. You're like, oh, shower and straight to bed.
And he loves the car. Anytime you get him in the car, and he loves the car. Now, he may not eat a treat from a stranger, but he'll probably ride in a car.
They ain't gonna hop in. He gonna get in the
Like,
car.
what? There's a car? He likes the car.
Hey, Doc,
You gonna take me for a ride?
when I was little, my uncle had this Rottweiler, and I always loved dogs. He had a Rottweiler, and he worked all the time. He had paid all this money for this dog. So I would go walk this dog all the time. Big ass Rottweiler, little bitty me. And then one day I went over there, and it was a car with the door open, and the dog was inside the car, and the other guy was gone. I guess he thought he was going to steal the dog by opening up the back seat, and then the dog jumped in, but the dog decided he didn't like him and went at him. So we ended up finding out who did it because he left his whole car there with the dog.
Oh my God, not a failed dog napper.
That left his whole damn car. He just left the car.
He said, fuck this dog and his car.
Right.
He's like, you can have his car.
Was he scared?
Yeah, he had to leave his car.
That's great. What did we just lose? Oh, Sam.
One of my colleagues, they had these, I think they're Staffordshire Terriers. They kind of look like pit bulls.
Yeah, they're basically show dogs that are pit bulls, but they're not.
Yeah. So they had their dogs like out in the yard, and somebody stole the dog.
Oh wow.
And they were like, oh my God, like they stole the dogs. And they were saying they probably stole them because they thought that they were pit bulls. And the dogs were gone for maybe like 4 or 5 days. And, they were like, yeah, they gonna kill them dogs because they gonna realize like these aren't fighting dogs or whatever. But fortunately, they brought them back. They brought them back and dropped them on the street, and they came home.
Damn.
But yeah, somebody had stole their
That's a happy ending though. It usually don't end like that.
Yeah.
So that's a good look.
Because usually once they realize like they're not gonna fight, they'll just kill them.
Mm-hmm, unfortunately.
Wallace and Gromit, they brought them back.
Doc, I sell a lot of dogs overseas, and what I sell are called XL American Bullies. So they look like supersized pit bulls, but they're not designed for fighting. They're just too big, too bulky. They're just not designed for that. Like as far as human protection, guard dogs, guardians, they're great for that. As far as dog on dog, no. And I sold 2 to this guy in Jakarta, Indonesia, and I didn't know that dog fighting was legal there. That you only got to pay taxes for the event. Yeah, so they ended up putting that dog, because he was so big, against 2 pit bulls, and he got mangled. I'm talking about mangled. Now I was mad as hell because the dude represented himself as a family guy, and he spent a lot of money. Like I won't say how much, but I say it was over $10K. He spent a lot of money for that dog, right? So I didn't expect it. He came back to me trying to buy more. My friend was like, "You should just let him send the money and don't send the dog." I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna deny him altogether." But some places overseas, they don't care.